You ready?
My head feels really itchy.
You don't need it, so it doesn't really matter whether you've got it or not.
Just completely fell out when I was about 9.
You can change your hairstyle all the time and everything.
People might think you're different, but you're not.
13-year-old Kim and 8-year-old Dan have never met, but they have something unusual in common. This summer, they'll meet for the first time, along with lots of other kids just like them, at a very special weekend camp.
When I meet people, I don't know whether to tell them about my hair. I don't know whether it makes things more awkward. Some of my friends at school who still don't even know, because it's shocking, because like I come into school like nearly every day with a different hairstyle and they still don't realise.
Kim has alopecia. Alopecia is when your hair falls out. It might just be a small patch that goes, or every last little hair on your body. It doesn't happen a lot to children, but it's hard when it does. And rather than being seen without their hair, many prefer to wear wigs.
That was the first day that it started falling out, and it's already like come out in a big patch. Quite a lot of it's come out at the front now, and this is how quick it goes, like 1 second. Because some people actually lose it all overnight, but mine just comes out in stages. It's usually when I wake up in the morning and half it's on my pillow. That's when my eyebrows started to go, and so I've got no eyebrows left at that point. So at least when your hair falls out, you can cover it up. But with my eyebrows falling out, I try and draw them on and they just look so stupid.
Doctors aren't sure why hair falls out like this. And Kim's type of alopecia means that her hair keeps growing back and then falling out again.
That's where it is spread all the way back there, and there's just no hairline at all. You're constantly like up and down thinking that it's going to grow back, and then it's not.
She's not comfortable with anybody outside the family seeing her without wigs on at the moment. She never goes out without a wig on. And even if friends come round, she doesn't take the wigs off in front of her friends.
It would be very hard. I probably wouldn't do it. Even if someone paid me about 10 grand, I still wouldn't do it.
It's hard coping with your hair falling out when you feel you're the only one and no one understands what you're going through. But this summer at Alopecia Camp, Kim will meet other girls just like her.
I think going to camp will really help because I don't know how to look on the positive side of stuff. If they've had it for a lot more years than me, then they'll know how to deal with it, and I'll kind of take a lot of advice from them.
When she was younger, Kim used to be much more outgoing. She even had a successful acting career.
Your face as well.
Oh, look. Very good.
She was so confident when she did that for a 10-year-old. It was unbelievable how, you know, outgoing and bubbly she was. This last kind of 3 or 4 months in particular, she's not wanted to go out on her own. And I think, you know, if she's like that, it's obviously going to affect her.
Yeah, I think I've changed quite a bit since I did Hollyoaks, because the kind of confidence levels dropped.
And those low confidence levels aren't helped by having to wear wigs that mean she can't have hairstyles like her mates.
When you see all the girls walking around with like high buns and high ponies and stuff, which is the fashion and stuff, and you're there with just like your hair down because you can't do any of that, it kind of like makes you stand out a bit in a way.
You're not a different person without a wig than you are with. It's just you look different.
I like wearing wigs just to have like hair, but then I'd rather just show everyone that I am bald. That's just like who I am. Once where I had my first wig, like the synthetic one, in year 3, it like blew off.
My name is Daniel Parks and welcome to my house. Woo!
8-year-old Daniel is a professional stuntman and world heavyweight boxing champion.
So like this, and like, oops, let me do that again.
And yes, he has no hair. Guess who this is? It's Dan when he was younger, when he still had his hair. But then something sad happened that had a big impact on him.
Granddad died because he had barely a eye. When my mum told me, I was crying, bursting into tears.
And what happened to Dan's hair after that was pretty unexpected.
It fell off. Don't like it.
Ready?
Set, go!
It doesn't happen to many people, but the stress of losing his granddad might have been why Dan lost all his hair. And Dan's kind of alopecia means that his hair fell out and never came back.
To and from school, he always wears his hat. Obviously, because he's got no hair, he feels the cold, and obviously he's got no hair, the sun gets him.
Dan likes school, but he doesn't like the name-calling.
Bullies say Bodylocks and the free hairs, and say Bodie and Bodylocks.
So even though Dan's usually a happy chappy, nasty names make him feel
Sad and upset.
We'll go in about 10 minutes, okay?
In the last few weeks, Kim's missed a whole heap of school.
I wake up sometimes and I just feel like I don't want to face it.
There was comments when I started in year 7, there was quite a lot of teasing because there was people saying like I don't fit in and I don't belong at school because I'm different and stuff. I'd like to be able to just think, oh, it's going to be fine and just give it a go, and if something does go wrong then you've got the support of everyone just to carry on and just get better about it.
Just the journey in on the bus was becoming a bit traumatic. You'd had a couple of incidents, hadn't you, where children had made remarks. So she feels more comfortable going in with me in the mornings now.
Not going on the bus means Kim arrives alone.
So last lesson we started off with our lunar theme park. So we're just going to have a really quick look through.
And whilst her friends are in lessons together, she's often working on her own too.
I think it's because if something's happened in lesson and I want to be somewhere on my own to do my work, like if something goes wrong in lesson I just don't want to be there and it's putting me off my work and stuff. In some ways, girls want something positive to be looked at, but they don't really want something really negative to get all the attention and stuff. And I feel like that as well. I feel like I'm getting looked at because it's something wrong with me. That it's something that's not a good thing, it's a bad thing.
Some days, she's feeling so low, she convinces her mum she can't go into school at all.
I'd just say I don't want to go in and then we'd have a conversation about why. She doesn't force me to do anything, she just lets me do what I'm comfortable with doing.
You can't count on me like 1, 2, 3. Dan and Callum have been best mates since, well, forever.
Dad, stop now! Yeah? In my heart, it's like a brother because I play with him all the time.
'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
He's my best mate and he will. If somebody blames me in the class, he always sticks up for me and I stick up for him too.
Today, though, they've had some bad news.
I'm going to be in Miss Thomas's class and he's going to be in year, well, I'm in year 4 and he's in year 4, but he's in a different class than me.
It's going to be hard for Dan without the support of his best friend in class, and his mum's hoping camp will help.
Just hope that the camp can just keep the confidence up so when he does go back to school he can sort of fight back at any bullies, not physically, but, you know, sort of give them as good as they get verbally and turn around and say, so what?
School is over, the summer holidays have started, and it's the day before camp.
Are you getting in there? Looks like we're taking him, Kim. He's going.
There's a cowboy theme, and Dan is desperate to be the best-dressed, doggone, rootin' tootin' rockin' horse wrangler there. Yeehaw!
I can't wait to see my beautiful and wonderful friends today at the Beebold Children's Alopecia Camp. Watch this space for photos and updates, yeehaw.
Over at the campsite in Scarborough, all is quiet on the Western Front. But not for long.
I'm really excited.
The weekend will be more jam-packed than a pack of jam jars jammed in your Jim Jams. But also, it's a great chance for people with alopecia and their families to get together.
It's really nice, like, making new friends that are in the same situation as you, and
no one stares. It's like everyone's used to it.
It's like a dead relaxing place to be, and you can meet other people with alopecia.
You can always turn to someone who has it and then they'll understand what it's like.
Some of them met at camp last year, but it's Kim's first time, and for now, she's keeping her distance. Dan's not wasting any time.
Okay, I'll serve you first.
Will lost his hair 2 years ago, and Dan is the only other bald boy he's ever seen.
he's exactly like me, no hair at all, completely bald, and Dan is cheerful. He's just, you can't stop him laughing. One thing that we haven't talked about is having alopecia. That's one thing that we haven't really talked about.
Everyone knows that the one thing all real cowboys love is a toasted marshmallow.
Have my stick and have the rest of the marshmallows.
Even Kim's come down to earth to join them around the campfire.
Your TP is right next to my TP.
It is.
Mummy, are we having a fire up for breakfast tomorrow?
It's the start of another fun-filled day at summer camp. Cowboy Dan's up early to round up some more friends to play with.
Last year when we come to camp and he found out he wasn't the only one, that's when everything completely flipped over and changed for him. The last thing I want is for him to go in his shell, and these camps just keep, you know, bringing them out.
Is that your breakfast? Just stick or what? Just hungry.
I think with more children here now, it's building a support system for the kids, knowing they're not on their own now.
If Kim's going to tap into that support system and get the most out of being here, she's going to need to come down from that tree and get stuck in. Michelle's had alopecia for most of her life. She knows what it's like to desperately want to fit in.
If you haven't got hair, you just feel like you're a non-person sometimes. And that's a real tough one for anyone to have to deal with that's got anything different about them. Worst thing is losing your eyelashes. That, to me, was always the kind of the final straw. It feels like you're being rubbed out. I feel like they take a big rubber and they're just rubbing bits of your body out, and you can't do anything about it. You basically live within this bubble of alopecia. It's breaking that bubble and realising that you can't put your life on hold because of that. And it took me a long time before I could actually sort of say, you know what, I am who I am. If you don't like it, that's not my problem, it's yours. Kim, Gemma, Kim.
Hi.
All right?
Michelle knows Kim's been feeling down and wants her to get the most out of her time here.
I met Gemma first time last year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that was quite nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Had you met anyone else with alopecia before?
No.
Gemma's 12, and last year's camp gave her a big boost. Michelle's hoping that Kim will learn from her and the other girls how to handle the emotional ups and downs.
So, have you not been wearing wigs at all then?
I do.
It's like you do, but you just didn't feel like it this weekend.
Yeah.
Well, you've got great shaped hair.
Gemma lost her hair for the first time when she was 5.
I do feel just as normal as everybody else seems to be. I am quite confident. I do normal things that girls would want to do. I don't think I have to wear a wig all the time because I don't really mind who sees me. I think it's really important to feel really confident and to feel like you're looking good or looking beautiful because it just boosts your confidence.
Even though Gemma is happy to be seen without a wig, she also sees an upside to wearing them too.
I feel like I've got another personality because every wig is different. In the morning it is faster, it's easier to style, put it back in a ponytail or put it up.
When I was younger, I used to be really sad about not having any hair, and when people asked me questions, I used to take it really personally.
I don't mind my hair falling out, it's when my eyebrows come out that really upsets me.
It's bad not having eyebrows and eyelashes because they kind of make your face, if you get me.
Everyone will stare at you, but if you're brave, then you can just ignore all of that.
The last day of camp, and a mobile beauty parlour has arrived. And these girls reckon they have something in common with a few of their favourite singers.
Beyonce wears wigs as well. And so does Jayla.
Even Kim can't resist. She's keen to find out how to draw in her eyebrows when she loses them.
I've tried drawing my eyebrows on as well, but I've just miserably failed. I can't do it, so I'm hoping about getting some tips on how to successfully draw your eyebrows on and what colour to use and stuff and what colour matches skin tone and things.
Kim, what you haven't done? What you haven't done?
My eyebrows. There's none left.
You're allowed to have your eyebrows?
Oh my
god,
So I've got one eyebrow. I've got one, but the other one I can't do.
If adults' eyebrows drop out, they can have them tattooed back on. But this isn't a good idea for children. So the beauticians here are using powders made especially for people who've lost their eyebrows. The colours match different skin tones and the powders are waterproof. They won't just rub off.
You can start it slightly more, we'll probably start it a little bit further in, taper it out. But if you look at just about, you're only going to do faults with about. If you look at you as a whole, it's just to find, you know, your face more. What do you think about colour?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gentle.
So, you got any plans for tomorrow? I'm excited for the next whole day.
Dan's now happy with or without a hat, but William isn't. He's always in a baseball cap. He's finding it harder than Dan to accept life without hair. His new friend's ready with some top tips for handling nasty comments at school.
Hey William, I'll tell you a little secret. Once, when people call me Baldy, guess what? I call them back. Hairy. I just call them Hairy, Mary, Quack and Dairy.
William's got some advice of his own on how to cope in a new class.
Well, I was in exactly the same situation, and what you have to do is you have to, I am not kidding, it seems so nervous, but everyone is in the same situation, everyone's nervous, and then you quickly make new friends. But I'd have to keep in touch with Dad, definitely have to keep in touch with Dad, because you are the happiest person on earth.
Thanks, mate.
It's the last night of camp, and everyone's dressed up and ready for one almighty hoedown. Yeehaw!
seeing people like Beth and Michelle, it didn't like hit me straight away. I think it took a lot of time to kind of like think about it and how they like sort of get on with it and stuff. I just didn't want to like go out without my wig on and stuff, but then I saw them, how they handle it, and they just don't care. So I think it kind of sank in that, yeah, I could do that as well.
Morning, William.
Morning.
You look nice today.
Thanks.
This is my email.
It's been another brilliant summer camp, with loads of new friendships being made. But has it been a big success for Kim and Dan?
Bye, Kim.
You going? See you later.
How will they handle life back at home on their own?
You have to be proud of yourself because otherwise you're not going to get anywhere in life.
I went into school without my wig and that was the first time that I ever showed anybody it.
If people bully you, just have to stand up and ignore them.
Don't take anything too personally, just if people are just curious when they ask questions.
When we first met Kim, she was in a bad place and often couldn't cope with school.
I wake up sometimes and I just feel like I don't want to face it.
It's now a few weeks into the new term that she was dreading, and Kim's surprising herself.
You can take it home for a bit of homework.
I'll lose it.
I'll give you half an hour Friday. Put it in your bag, then you won't lose it.
I will.
She's going into school every day and attending every one of her lessons with her friends.
I'm feeling like I'm pushing myself a lot more now, because I think last time I was just being a bit wimpy and just kind of like taking the easy option and stuff, and this time I'm like really trying to make an effort to not let things like upset me and stuff. No, I spelled join wrong. I spelled join with a G. I feel proud of myself like when I have had a tough day and it started off like really bad, but then I kind of like pick myself up. I get proud of myself then. I just feel like I'm just a not ordinary school child now. I just don't care.
At home, there's big changes too. Best mate Louise is allowed to film Kim doing something she wouldn't have wanted seen before.
You recorded? Hello.
So have you got used to applying eyebrows now?
Yeah,
as well?
I did it yesterday and I was like, yay, I can do it. See, that one's thinner than that one now. So I can use that as a template and just make it thicker.
Before summer, Kim's confidence was so low, not even a humongous wodge of cash would persuade her to be seen without her wig.
It would be very hard. I probably wouldn't do it. Even if someone paid me about 10 grand, I still wouldn't do it. What do you mean? I started to lose that bit there, and as you can see, it's spread everywhere now, but I dyed my hair pink because it will not affect whether it falls out or not anyway.
Because at the end of the day, it's going to...
Yeah, it started to fall out while it wasn't dyed, so the dyeing doesn't really make a bit of difference now. If I hadn't have gone to camp, I wouldn't be comfortable standing here on film without my wig on.
So what's the camp?
It just shows what a difference.
So what's your camp? What is the camp really affected your confidence then?
I think the camp has helped quite a lot. Right, what we're going to do now is going to sort through my wigs that I do want and wigs that I don't. This one was originally down to here. This is the one that I spent most of my time in at camp. This is one I got yesterday off the market stall for, again, £15. Boop. Oh, pulled half of it out, trying to get it off. So that's that one.
I gave you 3 ticks, write a little message, and then I...
In Birmingham, Dan's doing well too, in his new class with his new friends.
Did you like that? I'm going to take that home with me.
In fact, he's doing so well, he's got a surprise for them all.
With my classmates, what's happening this afternoon, I'm going to do a little speech. I'm not even going to tell you about the speech. I'm gonna do it there. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Before camp, there's no way he would have ever stood up in front of a class and done a talk about anything. But now, you know, he's proud to have no hair.
As you know, my name is Daniel Parks and I have a condition called alopecia. And people keep on saying, what's alopecia? All your hair comes out. I had mine out 2 years ago because of stress, because my granddad died. Even women and men can have alopecia, and boys and girls. Sometimes people say that I have cancer, and I don't. Any questions? Leighton?
How long did it take for your hair to come out?
A long time, but we went to the barbers to cut the rest off. Mark?
Will your hair ever grow back?
Don't know. Lachey?
Did you have a lot of friends at camp?
Yeah, I loved it. And we had a lovely, lovely time. Thank you, friends, for listening. Can somebody get my mum a tissue? She's quiet.
I bought a new pair of shoes. I got a new attitude when I walk. And it's all about tonight.
Finally, Kim is moving on. She used to be too scared to go out with her friends.
Because of the position I was in, I was really paranoid and I wasn't thinking straight, and every person that looked at me, I thought they were looking at me in a bad way. But now I just know if they're looking at me, then it's not anything bad, so I think I've kind of realised that now.
I think now I'm going to know that I can push her a bit harder than I have done in the past. I know now that maybe she can handle it better than I thought she could.
And handling it better means that Kim's not afraid to stand out.
Can I get the bottom drawer, the purple stoppers?
Purple? She's got choices. Wear a wig or don't. Or even wear one with bright blue streaks.
I can go out with my friends and do stuff to kind of draw attention to ourselves. We can go and roller skate and stuff, because before I wouldn't roller skate because people would be taking the mick out of us, and then I thought, because would it be about my hair and stuff, but now you just go out and just do really stupid stuff just because I've got loads of my confidence back now.
You ready?
My head feels really itchy.
You don't need it, so it doesn't really matter whether you've got it or not.
Just completely fell out when I was about 9.
You can change your hairstyle all the time and everything.
People might think you're different, but you're not.
"13-year-old Kim and 8-year-old Dan have never met, but they have something unusual in common. This summer they'll meet for the first time, along with lots of other kids just like them, at a very special weekend camp.
When I meet people, I don't know whether to tell them about my hair. I don't know whether it makes things more awkward. Some of my friends at school who still don't even know, because it's shocking, because I come into school nearly every day with a different hairstyle and they still don't realise.
Kim has alopecia. Alopecia is when your hair falls out. It might just be a small patch that goes, or every last little hair on your body. It doesn't happen a lot to children, but it's hard when it does. And rather than being seen without their hair, many prefer to wear wigs.
That was the first day that it started falling out, and it's already like come out in a big patch. Quite a lot of it's come out at the front now, and this is how quick it goes, like 1 second. Because some people actually lose it all overnight, but mine just comes out in stages. It's usually when I wake up in the morning and half it's on my pillow. That's when my eyebrows started to go, and so I've got no eyebrows left at that point. So at least when your hair falls out you can cover it up, but with my eyebrows falling out I try and draw them on and they just look so stupid.
Doctors aren't sure why hair falls out like this, and Kim's type of alopecia means that her hair keeps growing back and then falling out again.
That's where it is spread all the way back there and there's just no hairline at all. You're constantly like up and down thinking that it's going to grow back, and